Hello and welcome to this month's sales tip for May 2017, which as ever is going to be about something nice and straightforward and simple. But just because it's straightforward and simple doesn't mean that sometimes it's not overlooked. It is. And that's the importance of sending an email in advance of meetings with prospects and customers to propose an agenda for the meeting. Now, I'd never use the word agenda actually in an email. I think it's too formal. Here is an email I literally sent earlier this week. And rather than use the word agenda, I said, may I suggest that our conversation covers the following. Nice and straightforward. And I've got 6 bullet points there. Number 1, highclere, who we are, what we do, and most importantly, how our clients achieve more as a consequence. Bullet point number 2, and I'll miss out the name of the company to preserve confidentiality, but it then says your vision and shorter term goals and aspirations. Bullet point number 3, the environment you operate in, what's helping and hindering success. Bullet point number 4, the sales team, background, previous training received, etc. Bullet point number 5, what you would ideally like the team to be achieving more and what you would like to see them doing differently. And final bullet point, how we can move issues forward from here. Now, as well as that, before then, first couple of paragraphs, I make the point I've been taking a look at, again, company name, website, and also that of the so-and-so group, because they're part of a bigger group of companies, and will continue to find out what I can in advance. If there's anything in particular you'd like me to review, please do say. And second paragraph is a little bit about us and the consultative sales approach we take, which begins by saying, in short, the business is driven by the simple philosophy of asking, what would we do if it were us? Now, it's a short email. What is the point in taking the time and trouble to do this? Well, there's a number of benefits. First of all, if you think about it, this sets the tone for the meeting, because I've said very clearly, this is not about me coming to tell you about us. I've signposted, this is about us trying to gain the information we need in order for me to be able to answer the question, which is simple but critically important, what would we do if it were us? It's about sending the signal. I'm not just coming along, I'm conducting research in advance. So that sends a signal about my level of professionalism as well. Setting out the structure for the meeting, proposing the structure for the meeting, shows again I'm professionally managing what is valuable time here for both them and me. But there's a lot more benefits as well. It helps me to plan, because now I've set out what I'm proposing we cover during our conversation, I've got to think about the questions that I'm going to ask. And a lot of those are going to be expanding on the information that I've found out via research. It also provokes the customer or prospect, whoever we're seeing, it provokes them to do research and think about what they need to cover during the meeting as well. So rather than them simply turn up with maybe a blank mind, which can happen because people are very busy, it provokes them to think through, right, Tim wants to cover these areas, now what do I need to ensure that we communicate in order that these are covered adequately? Moreover, it provokes them to think about, is there any information that I'm going to need during the meeting? Now, that means that if there is information, it's going to be there on the table in front of them, rather than not being there when you need it, because the last thing you want when time is so precious is somebody suddenly saying, crikey, there's some information here that could be really quite helpful to us. Hang on there for a minute and I'll pop and get it. And then they disappear for 10 minutes and you're left there doing nothing. That's not a good use of time. So make sure that the information that should be at the meeting is going to be at the meeting. And sometimes it might even provoke your customer or your prospect to send you some extra information in advance, which helps you with your planning and preparation. And that's what happened this week. Take a look at this. Now, I'm not going to go through the detail of this. That's the email that was sent back to me with SWOT analysis, plans, goals, objectives, all about the team I was aiming to find out about. Now that meant that when we met, as we did yesterday, and had a very constructive meeting, I'm very pleased to say, it meant that we got right into the nub of the conversation very quickly, rather than me having to ask lots and lots of questions. All that came from just a simple email sent in advance. So, the tip for this month. Look, I know we're all in very, very busy roles and it's all too easy not to do this. Please, though, invest the time to send in advance a brief email proposing the structure for the conversation in just bullet point format and sending a little picture of how you intend to operate as a partner. Ensure that the message has been sent. This isn't about me coming to sell something to you. This is about me learning more about you so that I can propose the most appropriate solution or solutions that fit the needs and requirements that you have. Simple to do. It can make a big difference. Look forward to seeing you next month.